Here we go. Welcome to Beyond the Trenches, presented to you by One Mic Media. We are here today to discuss the NFL playoffs wild card round, in which we had 6 games, lots to discuss and to see who went where, how did our picks do, and to give our predictions for next week. Got to bring on the usual crew. First and foremost, my man who's always on time, always ready, my good boy, fellow Steelers fan, Daryl. What's good, Daryl?
But like we were gonna leave last week in the past. This is dwindling down. Let's talk about the best teams that's left standing.
You know what, Daryl, man, bear with me, man. I want to leave last week in the past, but we got a couple of people on this show who are haters of our team, the Steelers, man. And as soon as they lost, they couldn't wait to pounce. Even one person who picked the Steelers, but then called us trash as soon as they lost. So I figured this week, in honor of their hating, let's give them a special introduction, both of them with their own theme song.
I'm the biggest hater of them all.
They got the intro music.
Almost
I don't try.
best part.
I won't ever find it. I'm a hating ass nigga. Just the way I like it.
Here they come, one by one. First, my man Jeff, the biggest one of all.
That was cute. And I'm not alone on the. I'm not alone on the at home train. Y'all with us now.
Jordan, another hater.
You want to call me a hater?
Woo! He the biggest one ever, yo.
Bro, as soon as we lost.
Because y'all did some major dog shit, number one.
No.
Number two, don't sit there and call us the biggest hater when you talk shit about the Eagles every day, but yet on his fucking parlay and his futures, he got the Eagles on every single fucking ticket.
He trying to eat.
You're right. Thank you, Jeff. And I'm football analysis.
Yeah.
When they good, they good. When they bad, they bad. That's all I do. But really, it wasn't about you, Jordan. I was mad because you kind of turned on us. But Jeff been a huge hater the whole season.
I was a huge hater, but I was calling y'all Super Bowl or bust. That's crazy. Make up
He
your
took the
mind.
hate.
He
Make up his mind, Jordan. I was
That
the
is
biggest one saying that
true.
the Pittsburgh Steelers had the best chance to
It was
win.
never Super Bowl or bust, though. You was setting us up for I told you that a long time
It
ago.
was. It was. It damn sure was a first round claim out. Like it damn sure wasn't that.
All right, man. Let's get into
No,
the
it was
show,
not.
man. What the first game? Saturday, right? Was that? Yeah. So let's go to the games one by one. Starting with the Chargers and the Texans. I think we all picked the Chargers. Texans wound up winning, streaking it out. We saw what happened with Herbert and that team. So Jordan, let me start with you because it says your boy CJ stepped up. How you felt about that game? Your thoughts on it?
You know, I think I think this is what we all did. I think we all sat there and saw how inconsistent the Houston Texans have been all season. No Stephon Diggs, no Tank Dell. They struggled all year. And we said, okay, the Chargers have been pretty consistent throughout the entire season. Defense, Justin Herbert. We said that the Chargers were going to win. And we were completely wrong. And I think that we were just blinded. When you look at the game, I mean, overall, they were in the game until the end of it with the turnovers from Justin Herbert, which is not, was not like him this season. If I'm not mistaken, I think he threw the fewest amount of interceptions this
3.
season, 3, right? Yeah. So, uncharacteristic, things, but also Lad McConkey is a really, really good player. He's going to be a really, really good player. But that's not enough for the Chargers. And you can see that they ran out of weapons, in my opinion, when it came to the end of the game. And that's what we should have been thinking about. We should have been thinking about that. How are the Chargers going to be able to win this game without any weapons? But nonetheless, great season for the Chargers. Nobody thought they'd be in the playoffs. At least I don't think anybody thought they'd be in the playoffs. Or anybody maybe sitting here, I'm not sure. But overall, good season for them. The Texans, can they carry the momentum against the Kansas City, who knows? But they're going to be, still going to be a threat. But I mean, it was just a sloppy game until the end, and it just to the end, and once he started throwing the turnovers, oh, this shit's over.
Well,
So
Jeff, your thoughts on the game, man?
I picked the Chargers because I was looking at the last couple games they had. They dropped the 40 burger. They had the 40 joint. They dropped 40, and then they dropped 34 on the Raiders. So I thought they was coming into the game hot. Justin Herbert was hooping, so I was expecting him to continue that against the Texans defense, who were missing Al Shazier the prior 3 games. Remember, he got suspended for the Lawrence hit, and he was like their best linebacker. He had 6 tackles and 3 for losses in the game on Saturday. So the funny part is I was riding the Chargers with that, even though Al Shazier was bad. But let's be for real, the Texans played 3 games in 10 days. They played on the 15th. They beat the Jaguars. Then they played the Chiefs. They only lost by 6, and then the Ravens smoked them 4 days later. But they did finish the season strong, beating the Titans, which was in their division, so they could win the division and stuff like that. So I think we underestimated them, even though their schedule wasn't that bad. But from the game, what I saw was Justin Herbert just didn't look prepared. Do we put that on Jim Harbaugh? Like, he wasn't really prepared. He was throwing picks, all crazy. And I think that Texans getting that linebacker back, Al Shazier, they still had Stingley, who was a top 10 cornerback drafted, and they still had Everbo on the other side. They was playing, and they got Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. Like Jordan mentioned that last week, like they can get after the ball if you're going to let them do it. And I think that these Texans really took advantage of getting Shazier back. I think that made their defense complete at that point. They all 3 levels at that point. Now, you got the front 2 ends, you got Shazier playing good defense, and then you got the cornerbacks. So Justin Herbert wasn't really, I don't know, he was just off, man. It was bad. And, like Mike, we talked about this before. He really Phillip Rivers now. Like now he Phillip Rivers. If Lamar and them is Brady Manning, he Phillip Rivers. Like he the guy that plays good and can't get it done in the playoffs, and he just hasn't done it. Once it started going downhill, I thought the Chargers
he ain't even Phillip Rivers, Jeff.
He really not, because he's not throwing as much. He's not getting as many yards.
Mm-hmm.
He really not. He had that 5,000-yard season in 22 where he made the playoffs and he lost the first round because of the coach. But Justin Herbert just didn't look ready. I don't think he was prepared for the game. Maybe the Saturday thing threw him off. I don't really know what it was, but he wasn't ready. And look, Stroud got a lot of slack this year. He was missing 2 key parts. But Mixon even balled out, 25 for 105. He was getting cupped up the last couple of weeks, like down, like real 25 carries, 50 yards. Like he showed up against the Chargers. So where was Bosa? Where was Mack? Where was all that? Where was the Davis? Where was all that defense the Chargers had? And I was shocked that it didn't really show up. And they got smacked around like that because really it was worse than the score suggested because they had the late touchdown. So, I think the Texans can carry the moment. I think they're going to play the Chiefs good. It was 27-19 the last game on Christmas. It wasn't a blowout. We really talking a touchdown. So, and that's really just it. So I think they're going to play the Chiefs well. Chiefs a little rusty. They might come out the first 15 plays, score 2 touchdowns right off the bat. But once the Texans settle down to be all right. But with this game, they were just better than the Chargers no matter what. They got a better, they got a young, promising quarterback. They definitely got a better running back, no matter what you say. They got at least one receiver. Herbert doesn't have any. So they really was the better team overall. We just was looking at the Chargers from, I don't know what we were looking at. I was wrong. I admit that.
We all were wrong. We all consider. Daryl, your thoughts on it?
Yeah, really for this game, how it played out was my thoughts on both teams before the season started. Like starting with the with the Chargers, just what they lost over in the off season. That's kind of what Jordan touched on. Like I feel like just the lack of weapons really at some point set in for Justin Herbert this game. Like I think that played into the reason why McConkey had the game he had for almost 200 yards, because I just don't think anyone else is really talented enough to consistently like get open and create separation like that. Like no other receiver had more than 16-yard receiver like in a playoff game. Like they were locked up, and that was a theme throughout the year. Like Quentin Johnson, another dud, no catch, no yard, nothing. So they just need to work on that retooling the offense. So I can really put a judgment on Herbert. But he had definitely one of his, I think obviously one of the worst games of his career after taking care of the ball all year, 4 picks in a playoff game. But I really feel like just the lack of weapons kind of put him let him I think it affected his confidence really. Like when you keep dropping back, defense keep pressuring you, you don't have confidence in what you're seeing or who's getting open. So I feel like that kind of played into a little bit. And for the Texans, they played to how I thought they would be at the beginning of the year, before they got to the injuries and just defense wasn't playing well. Defense was the best that I've seen all year, and that's with. I mean, Justin Herbert. I don't think it was bad mistakes. I think it was the defense really pressuring them stingly. Again, those corners, that secondary, and the defensive line was just getting after them. And again, they played to the potential that I thought they would do, or that I thought they would in the beginning of the year. As far as moving forward, I know Nico had a big game. I don't see him getting off like that next week against the Spagnuolo and that defense. It's going to take someone else to step up, but this is going to go back to the kind of what the Achilles here during the season, just the lack of weapons at this point. Really, other than Nico, is John Michie or the tight end Schultz. Or just have Joe Mixon. You get him at least 30 touches as far as rushing and catching. That's them. Again, I don't see them stacking up or competing with the Chiefs. I think it's going to be a close game, but I don't think they're going to have enough to again outstand what they have. Like they've been chilling, waiting. Mahomes has been chilling. Reed has just been chilling, plotting. So I think they surprised me with this playoff win. It's based on how their season was started out, and especially in the middle of the season as well when they started losing a lot. But yeah, good again for CJ, another playoff win for him under his belt. But yeah, like what I saw from him, especially taking care of the football and trusting that O-line. The O-line played better as well this game too.
Very much so. Definitely O-line.
Yeah, CJ got another playoff win. That's 2 for him, 2-1, and Herbert's 0-2. So like kind of what Jeff was saying. Even Rivers had like 5 playoff wins. So Herbert got to start getting going a little bit.
I think CJ the first in history to go winner join each.
Yeah, he is. I think first 2 years, something like that.
Yeah. So. Well, that's what Ohio State motherfuckers do.
There we go.
You know what? Sadly, listen.
But there you go. There you go.
Listen,
there you go.
I don't know, man.
And
College, collegiately, Ohio State quarterbacks be like they get to the chip a lot. I'm starting to realize, bro. Like they got a lot of time getting.
Yeah.
They don't win a lot of them.
The receivers be up doing a lot.
I ain't saying they win. I said they get to.
They about to lose another one.
To a lot,
real soon.
You crazy as well. We about to lose to Notre Dame. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Well, Penn State did the same thing.
Anyway, we beat Penn State already. So what you mean?
Conference. Houston.
We whooped their ass.
No, we go to the Chargers. We all picked them, but I think like Jordan said earlier, like we didn't expect them to even get this far. They might be a year off. I mean, I do think Herbert got to step up, but they did get rid of a whole lot of talent on that side of the ball. So that means they're gonna have some cap space, and Harbaugh is a good coach, so we'll see what he can do. I think Dobbins and Edwards, they got to upgrade that a little bit. I think Edwards especially. I like Dobbins, but Edwards especially. I think
he's hurt all the time, though.
Yeah, Dobbins gets hurt. He wasn't healthy in Baltimore either. He's never healthy, or he never stays healthy.
It's the healthiest he was. This is probably the healthiest he ever was, right?
Yeah, and he missed 4 or 5 games, something like that. So
he came back though.
Yeah, he was out.
Yeah.
He still wasn't 100%.
Got to upgrade that, and I think, of course, receiver. They probably were a year off. I'd have them get to the playoffs. I mean, of course, I had them higher than the Raiders in that division, but I didn't have them get to the playoffs. So, well, I just had to say that. But either way, Texas though, after I like D'Amico. D'Amico can coach. Give him some time. D'Amico is a good coach, and he's a good defensive coach, and I feel like he can. Now we'll get to the predictions later on. Darryl was kind of putting the cart before the horse on that, but I'm happy for D'Amico, happy for Justin. Next game, Saturday was the Steelers and the Ravens, and Ravens wound up winning by 14 points. What that? Of course,
it's that old.
14 points. I mean, they got probably the league MVP, and they got a great team. So they did what they're supposed to do. But anyway,
Please let me go first again.
Oh, go ahead, Jordan.
No. We got the boxes of paper. Who go first, Jay? We gotta go.
You know what, Jordan? You went first last time.
Let Jordan go. He already called.
Go ahead.
Let
Go ahead,
Jordan go.
Yo, that was the biggest disappointment I have ever witnessed. I'm not even going cat. It was one of the most disappointing things I witnessed. And I'm not even a Steelers fan, but it actually pissed me off because it was so un-Steeler like. It was so un-Steeler like. Like,
lay down.
No effort, no physicality. They come off. It was like no energy, and the pressure was all on Baltimore. How did they not come out and bro? When Derrick Henry ran that first possession, he stiff-armed Minka. I'm like, oh, this game's over.
Ass bag.
This game is done. What the fuck? And I know y'all were even more pissed because y'all are real fans. It was unbelievable. It made no sense. First of all, the defense didn't show up. Russ looked like a rookie. Russ looked horrible.
Yeah, the first half.
For you to be a Super Bowl champion,
yeah,
and you come out looking like that in the first half, no excuses. I'm not on the firing Mike Tomlin thing. I'm really not, to be honest. I mean, because for what he has to work with, it's been great that he's had these winning seasons. But like everybody keeps saying, Steeler culture, Steelers don't care about playoff wins. They want to get to the fucking AFC Championship and get to the Super Bowl.
Sure.
And he hasn't done that in 10 plus fucking years.
Yeah.
Longer than that. So maybe Steelers fans feel a different way. But it was completely unacceptable. Like, I felt terrible for y'all, and I was upset because I actually believed in y'all. And y'all let me down. Bad. Real bad.
We'll get back to you. I'm gonna let Jeff go front. Let's go down. Go ahead, Jeff.
He bashed up his shit.
Listen, man, they robbed him. He robbing them, bro. He robbing them blind, yo. He getting them. Tomlin.
Oh,
he's terrible. Listen, man, what this game is that I'm with Jordan. No fight in the first, no nasty, no personal fouls, no nastiness, no Pittsburgh Steelers like Jack. None of that, bro. No, none of that, bro. How you come out the gates with none of that? None of that. Like, why we had to go to halftime to get y'all going? But I knew those. Listen, I knew the Steelers would lose. The Baltimore Ravens, cool, man. They should have vetoed. Like I heard on social media, they should have vetoed the Henry trade, like they did the Chris Paul Jones, because that's just fair, bro. Like
he's free agent.
To have both of them in the backfield. And listen, I said this before that Lamar.
I've been saying that all season. We had a question on the show. I put, "Are they the best duo all time?" Like I'm telling you, they that good.
Yo, because Henry's not wearing down. Like if he was wearing down and looking like a shell of himself, I'll be like, all right, yeah. But he's still doing $150 a night. So the funny part about this is they played it smart. Lamar didn't throw the ball a lot. They ran the ball a lot. Lamar took off on some runs, but they just gave it to Henry. Yeah, and, I'm with Jordan. Like, man, he really Cam Hayward, JJ Watt. Like, wait, what? Who? What? Like the way they ran the ball was crazy. Mm-hmm. That was discerning, man. That was discerning. And you know what? They played like they know Tomlin gonna get fired. Like they came out like they knew. They came out like that. Like, yo, we don't.
Maybe
know.
They wanted to sabotage.
Like maybe they wanted him gone. But the Baltimore Ravens are a good team. Putting Kyle Hamlin at safety was great for them. Getting that linebacker back, I forget his name. And BK been playing out of this world all season. They've been playing really well as the last 6 games went on. Mike, you mentioned that before. Holding teams under 20 points or under 250 yards per game in the last 6. The Steelers already were having offensive issues anyway with passing the ball downfield without Pickens, and they couldn't really score since they had the 27 points with the Browns. Look, man, it's okay. In my opinion, because here's a silver lining with this. The Steelers were on an experimental year anyway. They brought Russ in. They experimented to see what it was. I was just mad that Tomlin didn't throw everything on the table in that game. Like, yo, second quarter, it don't look good. Get Fields out here 10 straight, please. Whatever we do, like, And then maybe that falls on Arthur Smith and his inability because he got fired from Atlanta. He's never been, I don't know how he got these jobs anyway.
I agree.
So I was just shocked that Tomlin didn't really throw it all on the table at the second quarter. You got to go for it. It's win or go home. Like it's no winning waiting. Like you got to come out.
You know what made me mad about Tomlin? That one punt that we had. I'm like, yo, why are you?
Nothing should have been punts. Nothing should have been punts.
I think it was what was the second quarter. I think it was, bro. And I was so mad.
And I believe the Steelers have a history of
fourth and inches
every once in a while. Like I ain't seen no trick plays like all season. Have you seen a fake punt pass? Nothing. You ain't seen nothing.
Did they try a flip flicker on that game? Oh, no, that wasn't us.
No. So again, I was just mad that Tomlin didn't empty the clip, and that's really y'all. The Baltimore Ravens were kind of to be had. Let's say the Steelers get a touchdown in the first half, and it's 21-21, 21-7 going in the half instead of 21-0. Yeah. Like if they could have just got one, but they didn't. And then listen, he's a shell himself. He's a backup quarterback. He's it's good. Bring Fields, let him know he's the starter now. Get him some practice in the offseason with some elite quarterback. Show him how to read defenses, do all that. But inside the running back game, it's either going to be Warren, who is a Chase Brown type back to me, or it's going to be Najee. You can't be on the fence about that. Get him out of there. Get Najee out of there. He's a bruiser. He's like Brandon Jacobs. Bring him in for the 1 yard, the 1 yard touchdowns, that type of shit, because he's not fast and he goes down quick. So, that's the thing that they need to do, and they didn't have any of that because Najee was trash. And I think Warren has been injured all year, so I expect next year he should be a little more healthier, and they'll have some options there. But the Baltimore Ravens are on a crash course with Patrick Mahomes, and that's really where we are and what we saw this weekend, going up 21-0 at halftime and really riding it out and running it down at the end. They only scored 7 and let them come back get 2 touchdowns. But yeah, it's gonna be great. But the Steelers, they went out like I knew they would, man. 5 straight losses out the gate, bro. He should really get fired.
Hold on, he froze, came back.
Dumbass Wi-Fi. I don't know what the fuck's good, man.
Yeah, so maybe Tomlin does need to go. It's time for a change. So.
Down, man. Speak to all this stuff, man. What you thought about the game, Tomlin of it all, the running back, Arthur Smith. Go ahead, Daryl. The floor is yours, man.
I hear what everybody said. Jordan, he said it was a disappointment. Not to me. This guy, I've been seeing this game on repeat for the last 5 weeks. And I'm glad it's over so I can stop trying to think that they're going to pull it together and turn things around. So, just overall ugly game from top to bottom. It looks like this is the first time we ever played the Baltimore Ravens. Like the defensive approach and game plan, I'm not sure who thought that was a good idea because ever since Lamar was drafted, TJ took Lamar out of the RPO option. There was no thinking about it. It was TJ went for Lamar every time. Seeing TJ go directly for Henry every time, I'm like, oh, this is coaching. This was. They thought this was the best thing to do in this situation, and that blew my mind. And once I saw this, the no life from the offense yet again, it felt like watching the offense last year with the Matt Canada calling the plays and Kenny Pickett as the quarterback. Like there's no difference there. Like not sure what happened to Russ. He had the honeymoon phase once he got into the starting position. He was scoring 30 points a game. And then after that, just rookie mistakes left and right. Like I don't know what happened with that. It's just unexcusable, and he played himself out of town for that. Going forward, just this is a lot of holes in this roster. More for me, most importantly, quarterback and receiver. We know receiver was an issue going into the season because of all the talk and all the moves they were trying to make in the offseason. That played itself out. There's again no consistent option after George Pickens. Even if you can give them the ball, there's games where just like last year, going into the fourth quarter, 0 targets, 0 catches, like inexcusable for your number one playmaker. So I feel like it really starts. I know I hear all the time when he earned it. Like just the postseason lack of success up until this point, and all the frustration is warranted. But for me, it starts from even higher than him. It starts this is a whole entire organization just failure from what's been happening recently. So. And it's not going to stop until we find a quarterback. And that was a question mark going into the year. I was hoping that we would have an answer on the future. I was kind of paused because, again, I know at the time it was the right decision to put in Russ to make the most out of this year. But going into the next year and going to the future, we still don't know who's going to be our quarterback. So still a lot of questions on roster wise, coaching wise, just the entire organization, just lack of making the right decisions. For me, it all starts with way back when all starts with the Rooney's family love for Ben, not creating a better success plan, letting him just do whatever until he walks out the door, and then from there starting a plan of what's next. And that all that plays a part to where we at now. So starts from all the way to top. Tomlin is included in that as well. But firing him, that's not going to solve your problems. You're still going to be Latino quarterback, still holes on the roster. But I do feel like a different philosophy for how we should go. What's the best thing to go about things on offensive, defensive side needs to change this season, this offseason. I don't want to see Artie Smith back. I don't want to see our defensive coordinator back. And I just need to see changes and going to the right direction. Again, it's only the Packers really that were able to find smoothly transition from franchise QB to franchise QB. But we're going into year 5 with that. But that kind of goes into what I just said. We shouldn't have left let Ben leave and then find out what's next. So until we figure out who's the next guy at quarterback, there's going to be situations like this. Hopefully, the 500, the record or whatever. I'm not sure what's going to need to happen to get us in a position to draft a possible franchise quarterback, but we're kind of stuck in limbo until we can break through and find that next guy.
Season.
So.
I said that 2 years ago, man. We gotta tank at some point, man, to get it, because quarterbacks ain't falling off trees.
Nope, and not coming down third all at the bottom either.
That's this AOC nigga here. He know about that shit. So you gotta be. Cheers. So you gotta be able to draft a quarterback in this world, or get lucky, or with the draft sometimes. But as far as the game is concerned, man, I'm not surprised about the game. I think that the first game, Henry ate him up for 170, I think, and Lamar, I don't think ran that much first game, so they figured, maybe they'll stop Henry, and then they went the back door with Lamar every time. And yeah, he was getting TJ every single time. I felt bad out there with TJ. But I don't know what you do against the offense. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. We're gonna see what Buffalo try to do.
Not that bullshit.
Right.
Bullshit.
I just don't know what you do though, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It's hard to stop that offense. The offense number one in the league, right?
I make Lamar throw that thing.
Yeah,
I load that box.
Yeah.
I make him throw 33 times.
45, 40, 50 times.
Yeah, I make him sling it.
You don't load the box, you saying. You say you don't.
I load that bitch. Overload it.
Ain't nobody running in this motherfucker tonight.
Nobody.
Load the box and play man and lock up their receivers. That's the only way.
Man, press their receivers and run 8 in the box.
And rush your pass. Let your pass rushers eat all day long. And you got the best fucking best defensive player in the league.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, that's a good game plan, I guess.
TJ Watt, damn near got the best player.
No. What you talking about? I thought you talking about Buffalo next week. Okay, yeah.
But speaking of defensive player, going back to Baltimore, Kyle Hamilton's the top 5 defensive player in the whole league, man. Might be top 3 or 4. Yo, he's that good.
How goofy is that they was mismanaging him, putting him at corner? Like, what the hell? Like that had me thinking, like, why would y'all even move him?
Kyle Hamilton is super good, bro. He makes a difference on that team. And the defense is now playing better. And now you see Marlon Humphrey getting turnovers, and they playing really, really good defense, which is not being talked about that much for us here on this show. I mean, Lamar, obviously. Our offense it's like pedestrian, or like archaic. I feel like Arthur Smith might be just not with the times or something like that. Like, you got to have some creativity. You got
It ain't
what
that.
Is it?
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah, it's that.
It's a combination.
It's a combo of both.
It's Russ. It's the play calling.
I mean,
O line.
They got better O line. Russ
maybe
might
different scenario. You're right, but
I don't hold the ball long. Either way, it doesn't matter. Pickens need the ball fast and let him do his thing.
Pickens is a pain in the ass, but he's talented though.
He's a diva.
yeah.
Yo, he was funny as shit in the interview. He said
he wasn't.
No,
childish.
he said, no.
And he was late on Christmas Day. He got like Chris Pickens is a problem, bro.
I
But,
was crying when he said that shit. He said, nah.
but quarterback wise, man, I don't know if we. I mean, Russ might have played his last game. Obviously,
No.
Fields. I guess they're gonna try to start him next year. Tomlin probably not gonna get fired, so we might be in the same location. Tomlin will coach you to 9-10 wins every year, which means you in the same place every single year. So I don't know what they do from here. Honestly, I feel bad for TJ. TJ never, I think he never won a playoff game. I feel bad for him. There's a lot of Steelers I want to see, do well. But oh well, it's what it is. I guess we'll see what happens with them next year. Teams want to trade for Tomlin. Tomlin is highly seeked by other teams.
Because there's trash teams out there. They want to get up to 500.
No, he might need a fresh start like Andy Reid did. You know what I mean? Andy Reid spent 14 years in Philly, and shit kind of wore out. Got a fresh start, and now he doing his thing.
But see, I'm gonna be honest with you.
He got a quarterback too.
Andy Reid has a skill offensively. Like Tomlin, what's his skill?
It's supposed to be defensively.
Supposed to be.
Oh, he has great defenses for years.
Yeah, great players.
He goes to him up too, man.
His greatest skill is leading and
getting the whole locker room.
That doesn't matter on the field. I don't care what you
motivating.
No,
but it doesn't.
Yeah.
But
when that's what.
But something is not clicking at the end of the year.
When that's your biggest strength and your coordinators are weak, that's going to put you in this situation.
Right.
Hold up. He's not really as animated on the sidelines as he used to be either. He's real stoic a lot of time. Yeah. So like you're not the old Tomlin jumping around firing up the troops no more. So
they don't got the troops behind him, really.
Huh?
They don't got the troops behind him.
Well,
no. Defensively, he has the troops. I don't want to hear anything.
I mean, but no, because let's call a spade a spade. Defense let them down. I ain't never seen the Steelers just get
right.
13 straight plays for a touchdown is crazy.
Right.
Come on.
Like, I don't think I've seen a 13-play run drive in like since the 90s. Like long time.
The defense.
Well, the Eagles be doing that.
Might be the 90s, like 90 something.
And other teams' offense be getting real disrespectful. Like it'd be like 4th and 1, 4th and 2. They're gonna go for it because they know the defense ain't gonna stop them, and they know the offense ain't gonna do shit. So the Ravens are very, very aggressive on 4th down this game because they didn't respect the Steelers. So
and to your point, Jeff, Najee a free agent, so I just want to pay his ass. He got to go.
Yeah. Don't pay him.
I would just start. I would just start Warren, draft a running back in the third or fourth round or something like that, and move on. I mean, he's slow anyway, so I ain't worried about him too much. But we'll see. AFC is better and better, so it's gonna be tougher and tougher as we move along. Speaking of AFC getting better, Sunday we had a rookie QB in Denver play against the Buffalo Bills, and they got smoked. A lot of people thought it was gonna be a close game or Buffalo might be on upset alert, but that did not happen. So there you start this time, bro. Buffalo, Denver. Your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, this game kind of played out how I thought. That first drive, Bo Nix, he almost had me there for a minute. Like that big throw for the touchdown to get it started, go up 7-0 on the road. I was like, okay, but eventually the better team and the better players decided the outcome. So not too much really surprising here. I mean, Josh Allen, 20 for 26, took care of the ball. They ran the ball well without James Cook, which that's been going on all year. I think James Cook best numbers of his career this year as far as rushing. So just that again, it all goes back to last year for them when they made that decision, changing the offensive philosophy and play calling, and
Brady
just building off. Yep, just building off of that, and just using what they have, utilizing what they have as far as receivers and tight ends. So. Just all around their defense, they stepped up. I think this was a get back game, not really for Von Miller, but going back to, or not going back, playing his old team. I feel like that galvanized the defense a little bit to kind of show they dominant, but not too much to take away. They just took care of business, move on to the second round. But it was good to see the Bo Nix lead the team as a rookie QB to the playoffs. I think it's only up from here for him.
All right, Jeff, back to you on that game.
Yeah, it was a Buffalo dominance. I mean, I expected it. I expected Josh Allen to come out here. Look, he's been to the AFC Championship game. The Denver Broncos are really a Cinderella story this year. Like them making the playoffs, 3 teams from the AFC West. Like they're really a Cinderella team. Let's be for real. And they came in against a team that is aiming to try and do something they haven't done yet. This game was totally it. Like you said, the youth of Bo Nix jumped out right out the gate, threw the touchdown pass, and then the Buffalo Bills settled down like the veteran football team they are. They regained Milano in the middle. The dude Bernard is actually a beast out on the corner, number 43, and Johnson is really good for the Buffalo Bills. So they actually have some tackling machines, if you ask me, to go along with Ed Oliver on the front end and stuff like that. So, this is a veteran playoff team that the Denver Broncos hosted. They brought them into town and they ate their breakfast, and that's just really what it was. Josh Allen is obviously there for MVP consideration. I have Josh Allen against Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship. Again, let's not forget that. I don't have the Buffalo.
We'll get there, man. We got to make picks anyway.
I'm just kind of so I'm just showing you how much faith I have in him and them getting to where they're going to go. Like Daryl said, man. James Cook, man, Jimmy Cooks. Give Jimmy Cooks the ball, Jimmy Cooks. Like that's just what it is. Like the guy is an elite back. If you ask me, he's underutilized. I don't know if that's a beneficial thing for him because it'll see him have longevity in the NFL, or if it's going to take away from the numbers he could potentially have if he played every single down like other backs. I think him and Jahmyr Gibbs are really similar. They really get busy with the ball. They can catch, they can run, they can do all the freaky stuff on the field. He just doesn't get enough recognition because Josh Allen is his quarterback. Listen, Sean McDermott, I expected him to have the defense ready for this game and can let Bo Nix and stranglehold him. He did get that one off, and it probably kind of pissed him off after that because then they really goose-egged him the rest of the way. And Bills are on a train wreck because they're one of the elite teams. Josh Allen has really impressed me this season, and on to next week, like Daryl said. Man.
Jordan?
Yeah. I mean, it was a competitive game up until the second half. I mean, Denver probably just showed their youth. I mean, at the end of the day, the Buffalo's an overall better team, so the better team won. You know what I mean? But no, I mean the better team won. I think we all expected them to win. So
yeah, I agree with y'all. I mean, McDermott showed why he's a defensive coach. I think Buffalo got like about 6-7 blowouts this year, about 3 or more scores. So it's what they normally do to teams that are especially not that good. It's a big upside for Denver. You got Sean got his quarterback. Bo Nix, like he's gonna be pretty good for a few years to come. They're a young team. They got a good defense. Great defensive back, obviously. But they should be very competitive for years to come, but it's not their time. Nowhere near yet. And Josh showed who he is.
It ain't never gonna be
they might surpass the Chargers next year. They got Surtains.
As long as the AFC got Mahomes, Jackson, and Allen, unless one of them motherfuckers get hurt.
No. I mean, like in the AFC West, I thought.
And Burrow. You didn't mention Burrow.
And Burrow. Yeah, they the 4 teams, and Stroud. They the 5.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
it's Burrow. It's
all gonna be all. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be third in the AFC West though for a while. 4th maybe.
Nah, they
don't. Where
come on, Prime.
Come on, Prime. We'll talk about that too later on, but let's talk about the next game for the afternoon, which was the Eagles and the Packers. The Eagles wind up. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna let y'all talk about this game, man. I got a lot to say. I'll wait for
Is
it.
That fair?
Yeah.
That's
huh? No, I'm gonna go last.
Let's give home field advantage.
You want to go first?
No, home field advantage.
Jordan, go ahead, Jordan. You go first.
The homer.
We did what we were supposed to do. I wouldn't listen. I ain't listen. I don't care, man. Listen, I'm not excited. Okay, we need championships. Get to the fucking chip, win the chip, get to the bowl. We're gonna speak on it. You dig? I don't even. They did exactly what the fuck they were supposed to do. They wasn't ready for 4:30 at the link. Bull fumbled off the rip. As soon as he fumbled off the rip, I said, "Oh, it's over." Now I didn't like how we didn't capitalize on all those turnovers. That was weird. That was extremely weird. And Jalen, pedestrian game, managed the game, didn't have any turnovers, which was cool. You get what I'm saying? So good job. Saquon didn't have his usual game, but the numbers say he did, but it wasn't a dominant performance. I'll say that. But nonetheless, we won. We on to the next. Get the job done so we can go play Detroit in Detroit.
All right. You want to go, Jeff? Or
Yeah, let me go. Let me go. As far as my colleague Jordan said, like we just did what we were supposed to do. He's a funny guy, man. He's a funny guy.
Right.
Listen, I mean, the Eagles won the game. Let's be for sure. Saquon did what he normally does: 25 for 119. That's about what he normally does. 4.8 yards a carry. So I mean, that's what he does. Hurts was efficient: 13 of 21, 120 some yards, 2 touchdowns. It was a real good offensive play call. I think the Packers were just missing Jair. Really, like honestly, let's be for real. Because look, Love threw 3 interceptions. It's only a 12-point win. I mean, let's think about it. It's 3 more possessions. They could have potentially got something. Jacobs only got the ball 80 yards for 81 yards. He should have got the ball 20 dozen there at least to kind of keep balance.
Well, he had like 150 from scrimmage, so.
Who, Jacobs?
Damn near, I think.
Yeah, it was close. Like I think, like Monday. I'll check that. But I mean, running the ball, they should have ran the ball more against the Eagles. Listen, I was concerned about Hurts missing 3 weeks with the head injury. Like honestly, coming back, how do you really throw? He was efficient, 13 to 21. I give him that. He managed the game, but this is a running football team. Let's be for real. This is Saquon Barkley's football team. This is not Jalen Hurts' football team anymore. Like they paid Jalen Hurts for Saquon's ability. It's a running football team. He should get the ball 20 times a game, 100 yards a carry.
He's the best player on the team.
Huh? He's the best player on the team. He's one of the best players in the NFL. Let's not get this confused. Like, let's not shortcome what we're going to say about this guy. He's the best player, one of the best running backs in the National Football League. So it was his game. He did what he did. Jordan Love's, I don't know. It was just off year, man. Sophomore slump. We'll call it that. I call it that, man. I gotta call it that. Even Stroud had a kind of a down year. Let's be for real. Sophomore slump. I think Jordan Love needs to get back into the den. The Green Bay Packers need to get back on him, get him focused, get him revitalized for what we saw those first couple games. He started the NFL and he played really well. He did, but the Eagles did win the game. Now I think they're gonna have, they're gonna have to really figure out a way to get Jalen on track because they're gonna need him one of these games. The NFL is just like that. It's a throwing league. They're going to need Jalen Hurts one game to really give him 25 throws, 30 throws, 290 something, 2 touchdowns, because Brown needs the ball. And I don't think they're going to be able to do what they did this week against the Green Bay Packers, against some of the more upper echelon offense. They have a great offensive line, but Hurts needs to get the ball out. Having 120 something isn't really comforting for me. So again, they did win. I wanted to see more, but this is probably more. Yeah, this is Saquon's team. That's the headline for me. This is Saquon's team. This isn't Hurts' team. Secondary headline will be Jordan Love. Got to get more in the tank. Make it better.
Daryl, your thoughts on the game, man?
Yeah, another game where I thought it would play out. It looked like a dominant win from the Eagles, but it didn't. If you look at the numbers, it's closer than kind of what you think. Like this, the past few weeks, the Eagles have been showing the dominance, especially with time of possession. But this game, time of possession was identical. Number of plays ran each team identical. Really, and even the Eagles at one point, the offense I felt like was kind of stalling a little bit, especially in that second quarter. But I mean, they took care of it. I mean, again, the better team showed or did what they were supposed to do. Defense created those turnovers for Jordan Love. And I kind of what I said about with Herbert. At some point, when the quarterback drops back, and the lack of weapons will come into play. I feel like once Jordan Love, he had 5 catches for his tight end for 26 yards. Like he was just trying to find any type of option out there. This game, I was kind of imagining T. Higgins in the back uniform just lining out there. I feel like that's what their next step is, making a move, add to that. And really that their youth show, this is one of the youngest teams in the league. Again, lack of weapon, and the receivers, they started dropping left and right. Just the physicality for the Eagles defense, like every tackle, someone wasn't getting up on the Packers side. So the Eagles took care of business, but it wasn't the complete dominance that I've seen from them over the second half of the year. I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, because a win is a win, especially when the Packers, they didn't really start scoring until late in that game anyway. But it really they took care of business. I got the job done and set themselves up. I think they play the Rams next. They're not. They're gonna have trouble if they have those moments of stalling offensively. I feel like Jalen Hurts and that passing game needs to figure it out. Not sure if it's again the play calling or just Hurts. Might be a combination of both. But yeah, that's you can tell what Jeff said that team, that offense, that galvanizes around Saquon more than Hurts. I think I think it was me and Jordan talking about I'm not sure who, but we was talking about that clip at the end of the game when the AJ Brown and Smith, they was kind of mad at Barkley. They was good for as far as stopping.
Oh yeah,
I don't
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't see them pounding around like that, but with Jalen Hurts. So I just feel like that may have shifted as far as their relationship between Brown and Hurts. Maybe that plays a part into it. But I mean that's really nitpicking. They took care of business. They still favored to get to the Super Bowl at least. But they gotta clean things up if they want to no issues next week.
Oh man, I think they definitely. I don't want to say that. Let's go with the Packers. Packers just. I said it from the beginning of the year. I said they got a bunch of threes, maybe twos, a receiver. They need a number one on God, and then they lost the best receivers that they had, all three of the games. So they were just bound to lose. It was beat for them. They came in the game with Jair Alexander already down. They were already down to one receiver. They lost two more during the game. I think that Love to me is. I know he's a sophomore slump, Jeff, but I think he's not elite. I don't think he is. I think he's got turnover issues. I think that Matt LaFleur helps him out a lot. But the reason why they cut down his passing for the season, passing attempts, I'm going to give it to Jacobs because he is. I mean, he takes a lot of chances. You know what I mean? And even going back to college, his last year he had 20 TDs, 17 interceptions. His last year in college, he's always been a high interception guy. He just had the one, good start last year. So I don't really trust Love that much. I'll be honest with you. A little Shagai Darrell, but that's not really.
Give him a number one. See what happens.
I guess we'll see.
That's what I say too. Give him number one. With Jacobs, give him number one. He might furl. Every quarterback needs a number one. Shit. Let's be for real here. I mean, Love is. I think he's good enough. I think he's very good enough, and I think that just watching him throw, Mike, like it's not like he has a kinky throw.
He has talent, just like Herbert has talent, but talent don't get over it all the time.
And what's Herbert missing?
Herbert was Herbert had number one before. What happened? Same thing.
It does something for a cute quarterback when they got somebody that they always know that all else fails, I can look his way and throw it. Like
I agree with that.
And Nico, like
I definitely agree with he needs a number one. All quarterbacks need a number one receiver, but it's something about him. I don't think he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback to me. I think he's always going to be in that second. He'll get you in the playoffs, second, maybe first, second round, but that's about it for him. We'll see. Where was this down one?
Personnel you put around somebody. So
he got time. He got time though.
He got time. He got time in his career. Yeah. He is in technically in year 5, but he only started 2 years. So
right.
But
that's why you don't expect this type of game from him.
Yeah, he's been watching for years.
God, damn,
Hey, listen, it's different from you watching them bullets for them bullets coming at you.
No, but I mean, listen. The number one thing with him is it's no receivers. Like Mike said,
you never had a number one.
You playing with the, you know what I'm saying?
They try to go get T. Higgins if I was them. We'll see what happens. He is really number one. With the Eagles, man. I mean, like you said, Jeff in the chat, Hurts is a game manager, man. He pretty much that's what he is. They, I think, realized it more this year. I think Kellen Moore maybe realized it, honestly, because they didn't realize before and said, we got to run the damn ball. And that's pretty much it. And I feel it's bad only for the AJ and Devontae's of the world because I think AJ talented enough to where he should get 150 targets a year. But you can't have Hurts passing that much. So they're in like a bad situation or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you say that, but the pass plays that you fucking run, he needs to be the number one option every fucking pass play. And Devontae's the second. I mean, point blank, period. So he can get his numbers, but they didn't make it that way. But he also does need to make sure that, I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, I don't know what the fuck the problem was, but
listen, AJ Brown will be in New England next year. I promise you that.
I don't know his
They're
contract
not
or
letting him
incentives,
go.
nothing like that.
They're
But
not
the
letting
way
him
their
go.
team is now, he's not gonna have no 13, 1400 yard seasons because they're not
He's gonna
throwing the
be
ball
New
that
England.
much.
That's
And-
cool. He got him already. He got his money. He'll get a ring. I'll be all right.
I mean, you say bro, you ain't AJ Brown. What are you talking about? Whatever,
Nigga, it's my cousin, nigga.
I think he's just used to what he was getting last year, and he's not
Yeah.
getting that this year.
This
Like,
thing over here reading fucking romance novels and shit in the sideline.
he being a
taking bunch of
diva.
games.
He went out. He went out. He's
Now,
being a diva.
but-
He went out.
But overall, man, you know, Eagles got a great defense. Let's talk about that. They got a great defense, even though they lost Dean. That's gonna be a big loss for them now. Dean is really, really good, and it's gonna be a big loss. But they do have a good defense, a good pass rush, which is why Love was throwing the picks that he did. They got an old school formula: run the ball, play good defense, let your quarterback make plays when need to be. I think we'll get to the picks later on, but it can go far. But like Jeff kind of said, when you start getting to the NFC Championship game, Super Bowl, quarterback will have to make big plays. Now, we saw it before in the last Eagles Super Bowl run. Hurst didn't play good the first 2 rounds. If you go back and look at the numbers, but Super Bowl, you know, he did ball out. So
He ran a lot in the Super Bowl.
I mean, he threw a lot too. He threw for like 300 yards. I think. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
he threw for 300
Chiefs
yards now.
defense. The Chiefs was subjective.
He-
This Chiefs
But-
defense ain't that.
But the
He
first
threw-
2
he threw
games,
for
he threw for
300.
like under 170. You know what I mean? So Hurst will have these type of games. I think we're actually starting to figure out where he is. I think Jordan said it. He's like 10, maybe between that 9 to 12 area for me as a quarterback. But you can win. You know,
If he's top 10, he's fucking 10.
yeah. I'll definitely say
Listen,
that.
I always said I never trust a guy who lost his job in college, man.
I'm just looking at his numbers actually from the Super Bowl compared to how the offense now. Like he threw the ball 38 times and
Right.
rushed 15 times. Like he
Yeah.
was the offense.
Yeah, 38 times, but they don't let him do that shit no more. He's like, like you said, 21 times.
Yeah, they don't need to. No, they don't need to.
They got Saquon, so they got to take advantage of having Saquon.
Mhm.
But not just Saquon; it's the offensive line. We got to give them the props they got because the offensive line is dangerous. They move people out the way. And what?
I'm just saying that's actually almost genius. Like to sign Saquon for like a quarter of what you paying Hurts and run Saquon in the ground the first 2 years, like and
It
save
is.
Hurts for 2 years. Like, yo, we're gonna save you for about a year, yo. So you'll be better later. Like that's
He won't
Well,
steal a touchdown. So
diabolical.
I mean, this was the formula that they were
That's
not
business.
using
Last
last year.
because they want to to throw the ball because he got a
Because they
contract.
wanted to throw the ball, yeah.
Yeah,
And then they
'cause-
did that shit for the first 4 weeks of the season.
But he
And
wasn't
after the
playing
bye
with a
week,
running back like
everything changed.
Saquon.
But at the same
No,
time,
shit, DeAndre
AJ,
Swift had 1,000 yards. Miles Swift had
And what's DeAndre Swift
Miles
doing this
Sanders
year?
had 1,000 yards. You get what I'm saying? So I mean,
Them dudes is nothing in compared to Saquon, bro.
no,
Like,
I
But-
know. I'm just no, I know.
like,
but to your point, Jordan, last year, look at Devontae and AJ numbers. So it's like you can't have it both ways. Unfortunately, they're
right.
not the fucking Colts. I see a picture where everybody eating. The running backs and receivers. It don't work like that.
That shit was crazy.
You know what I mean? So,
3 motherfuckers with 1,000 yards.
and the running back with 1,500, 2,200 from scrimmage. That's ridiculous. Shit like that. Like, but now it
And
ain't like
if I'm not mistaken, all them receivers had over 10 tutties, right?
all of them have 10 tutties.
wait, who we talking about? The early Colts?
04 Colts. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
saying,
oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, the whole squad had numbers.
But you know what?
Harrison, Reggie Wayne,
Defense
and
was
Dallas
giving
Clark.
up for Layman Young though.
And then Edwin James. Yeah.
Not Dallas Clark. They had
Stokely.
Stokely. Yeah.
Stokely, yeah.
Defense was giving up all goodies though. They was getting they was getting scored on. Like Peyton Manning had to put them numbers up. Like,
Well, but man,
But
they
Ezra
always
also had
had the
1,500 yards rushing too. So I'm saying, like,
so that means that's possessions that you're getting more.
And
more,
Manning
more.
always put up them type numbers though, damn near.
Yeah.
I mean, after that
after
season,
that,
damn near, he was
killing. Yeah.
yeah.
But my point is that, like, right now, it's like pick your poison. It's like either gonna run Eagles. They're gonna either run a lot or they're gonna last year they're gonna pass a lot. The risk is winning. So, like I said, they get him a chip, they get him a chip. But I don't think they're gonna have problems until they get to the championship game. But we'll get to that later on. Next
Well,
game.
I think you might
Crazy,
see what
though.
you want to see as far as Jalen throwing the ball against the Rams. I think the Rams are going to sell out, but we'll talk about it, I guess.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Who was the last game that night?
Commanders.
Washington and Tampa.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
One job.
Bucks. I was looking up Jordan Love stats.
Yeah. One
But Because I heard on TV he had like 20 INTs in college. He had 20 INTs in college, bro. Anyway, yeah, Commanders and the Bucks. Best game of the weekend, I would say. Came down to the last possession, last drive, last field goal. Commanders been doing. They've been like the cardiac kids. They went on the last drive a lot this year. Cardiac Commanders is pretty good. And then and we see they got the dub. So yeah, Jeff, why don't you start, man?
Good win for the Commanders. Cliff Kingsbury can do some things with college coaches, college kids, and some college offense. Cliff Kingsbury can do some stuff with college stuff, but he can't do nothing with no pro stuff. That's an interesting dynamic because he's playing Jalen Daniels and he's making them look really, really well in this college style offense that, like everything that comes from college, the first year they catch the whole league off guard, but then the second year there's tape on it and they lock the shit up. Like the Wildcat. The Wildcat came, it was a flash in the pan. The next year they locked that shit up.
Baltimore's still running the Wildcat. What are you talking about?
I mean, it's a different dynamic. They're not really. Because the quarterback can throw. That's the dynamic of it. The quarterback can throw. So either way. So Cliff Kingsbury can do some shit with some offense, some college offense. I don't know. It's just like the Buccaneers stalled out on some drives that gave this a chance to be close, if you ask me. Because it's not like Baker turned the ball over. They had some good throwing. I would have liked.
Well, he did.
The fumble. That's it. That the fumble is it though. But they could have been up more before if they just didn't stall on some of the drives. And I wasn't really sure what was going on. They were 5 for 9, but some of those drives, that's almost 50%. You want to be more than 50% when you're going for it on third down. And I think that some of those drives could have been. It wasn't about the fact that they stalled. It was like when they stalled. Like, damn, you left the door open for these cats. You could have shut the door on them. Kind of like back-to-back running them. So, Baker had a great year. Mike Evans got his numbers up. McMillan, he can be a dynamic player in this league. He can catch the ball, obviously. He came on since Godwin came on. So him going into the third slot might make him even more explosive because then they'll have to still worry about the two head hogs. Baker revitalized his career going in Tampa. I mean, look, he's had a great year, led the league in high in touchdowns, but Baker-ish, really high in touchdowns, led the league in interceptions. What the fuck? It's just Baker Mayfield, but you're gonna get a baller when you get him on the field. The Commanders, they played the game well. Of course, they doinked it. That's obviously the sign itself that they probably shouldn't even won. Fucking doink. Excuse my language. That'd be the sign you shouldn't win.
For real, I mean, real shit though. Real shit though.
Yeah, that's some shit you shouldn't even
real
win.
Shit.
The Buccaneers should have won that game. They didn't. They just had some crucial going out on third downs. The fumble in the fourth. I felt like they should have been up more on them. They weren't. The fumble in the fourth really sealed the deal. Baker's got to be more conscious. He's a veteran quarterback. He's been around the league. You hold the ball well, especially on this trick play thing. It's weird. You giving it to a wide receiver instead of a running back, somebody who's used to getting the ball in their gut, not the wide receiver, the running back. But the Commanders are good. The boys the men, baby. I mean, just boys the men for the Commanders. That's it.
Man, go ahead, Daryl. Let me hear your thoughts, man. Jeff on some
bullshit. Easily the best game of the season. I see the playoffs this week. As far as I actually feel like the Commanders should have won. I feel like they was checking off the opportunity because have your rookie QB on the road. They was moving the ball early on in the game, but they got into that goal line and they decided to go for it instead of taking the points. I feel like they were doing their rookie QB a disservice, not taking those early points, just having not getting something out of those early drives. But they were moving the ball, but at the red zone early on, it wasn't working out. But I feel like that made the game more difficult. But Jaden, he actually felt like he was in control a lot at some points, throughout the game, taking care of the football. They dominated, well, not dominated, but they won time of possession. Just utilize. I feel like what's their next step is finding a upper echelon, the second option after McLaurin. Him and Daniels, they've worked on their relationship throughout the season to solidify him as being his number one go-to guy. They got some good running backs. I do feel like they need a three down back. I feel like that's like the formula to success. You got to have like a 3-down back, at least 2 wide receivers. They got a decent tight end with Ertz, but he's getting up there with age. But I like what they've done. I'm kind of envious as far as that franchise is in the position they in. Like as a Commanders fan, they got to feel good, like to know for the next 10, maybe 15 years, regardless of what happens, you got a guy that you can believe in at the quarterback spot. So, and just what he did throughout the year, just reassures them with that. Just to come back, just like in this game, a comeback clutch win, made through when you absolutely needed to. They said it like a lot in the broadcast. Like he rises in those occasions, like when and in those clutch moments. And there's a few examples of that throughout the year. So that's definitely one of the best rookie QBs that I've seen of the recent years. Again, I didn't pay no attention to that man in college. I didn't know if he could run the move as well as he did once he got into the league.
Heisman.
So
They won Heisman?
I was gonna say like
Yeah,
55
he won Heisman.
Yeah.
bugging.
What? You
I
made
wasn't
no
paying
Heisman winner?
I don't pay too much attention until they get to the league. And
He
I
had
got
Brian,
you.
credibility or something.
he had Brian Thomas in the league.
All right,
Nigga,
all
and like he
right.
was like, who the hell Jay Davis? Like, take one Heisman.
I just wasn't paying attention. That's all. But
All right.
Go look at them
Um,
LSU
but-
highlights. Them shits was
It's
crazy.
crazy.
yeah. And then with Baker, he was taking care of the ball. I mean, 15 for 18, efficient game, but a weird low number for him as far as attempts. I mean, that goes into what I was saying about the Commanders really controlling the ball at some points throughout the game. But when Bucks got the ball, they were able to take advantage of what they did. Mike Evans, he won that matchup against Lattimore.
Easily.
He was having his way.
Cook Lattimore.
There was at one point where I think Mike Evans had a big play, and for the next 5 minutes, the camera just kept cutting to Lattimore on the sidelines looking sad and shit. Like I thought that was funny. But good one for the Commanders. Good first playoff win, kind of like what CJ did last year. Now they just got to build on that, but do feel like next. I'm not sure who they play. Oh, I got the Lions. We'll talk about that. But yeah.
Go ahead, Jordan. Your thoughts on that, man?
No, I mean, I was impressed with Jaden Daniels. I think I kind of agree with Jeff to where kind of seems like Tampa gave it away a little bit. Like it was almost like in the moments in which they needed to kind of, okay, you score here, maybe their confidence dips a little bit,
Right.
and they didn't do that, and they just kept hanging around, and when you let a team hang around, that's what happens. Now, granted, Washington had a better record, and it was fucked up because they had to go on the road and play a road game because Tampa won the division, which I think they need to change that bullshit.
Nah.
But nonetheless,
Definitely.
I think it was more so of Tampa not taking advantage of the opportunities that they had to be able to win that game. Baker had a pedestrian-like game. It wasn't a Baker Mayfield game, and that fumble late really hurt them. And also Baker cooked the parlay. Needed 250 yards and needed the over to be 49. If he has a better game that hits, I come up.
Oh, that was your only 2 misses? That one?
Yeah, I had like a
Damn.
12-leg parlay.
Damn.
Had the touchdowns right on it. McLaurin and Bucky.
A
Damn.
12-leg.
How much?
It was like 5 for like 250 or some shit, bro.
Yeah. Yo, first and foremost, no, they should never change that because you got to get something to division winners. You got to incentivize to win the division. That's
I hear you, but it's not fair. It's not right.
Yes, it is.
It's not
Well,
fair. It's not right that the Vikings.
You
were
can have
14
3
and-
trash teams in your division. That's 6 wins. You gonna win.
I'm not buying that. It's not fair that Minnesota had to go play a road game.
So what you get for one division then? Nothing? Just a hello? Are you happy?
Hey, top seven in the conference match up.
That's automatic. If I'm saying what you get for one division, you got to get something for that, bro. They done made real quick. That's sidebar. But the NBA made division winners made nothing already. It used to mean something
Because it means nothing.
But it should mean something, bro. Like it still means something in baseball when you win a pennant. Like it should still mean something.
It's playing those same teams in
I
your division.
mean, give it. I mean, make it as well. We can talk about it.
Yeah,
another
we'll talk about
time,
it later.
but-
But all right. So with the Bucks game, man. First of all, I think they only ran like 45 or some offensive plays. That's why his numbers were so low. To the Commanders, like 60 something, which is crazy.
Mhm.
Tom
Mhm.
Possession was killing them, but it wasn't even a running game because if you look, Jaden Daniels led the Commanders in rushing attempts and yards. So they got to get better at running the ball. They're gonna move forward because Roberts only had 10 attempts, rushing attempts, and Daniels had 13. So they got to do something about
They was
that. So
throwing it so much.
what happened?
They was throwing it too damn much.
Yeah,
the scrambles count though too.
they count. So yeah, I know. But still, they got to run the ball. And more call runs for the running backs, I would say. But it went either way. I wouldn't say who deserved and who didn't deserve to win. It really came down to one play, like you said, the fumble. And that was really on the offensive line in the center, man. And he fucked up 2 plays because the other play was the late snap, which caused them to not get the points at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Same center. He's the rookie center, and he fucked up on the fumble too. So I want to put it all on Baker. But Baker did what Baker does. You know what I mean? Like I think they're good. Like Jeff said, the rookie McMillan.
You love Shake and Bake. Shake and Bake can do no wrong in your eyes.
Nah, he can do wrong, but bro, the joke be killing them. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
though,
I think he's a veteran. He's a good quarterback, man.
he's a good quarterback.
Yeah,
yo,
No, he
for real.
is.
Quarterback.
No, he's good.
Not only he a good quarterback though, he a baller like Jeff
He a
said.
baller.
The one play we ran
Hey,
over the
Yo.
what was that?
Then Dicey put the
Yeah,
forearm out there.
Yeah. And he kept going for like another 5 yards.
Yeah, bro.
He's a guy that you
Baller.
want to play for.
Yeah.
He'll galvanize everybody. He was the number 1 draft pick, but
Yeah.
like he just seems like one of the dudes, like one of the guys. You feel me?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And got up like cocky off there, running him over too.
Yeah, I
like,
fuck with Baker.
football.
Nah, I fuck with Baker. I fuck
as a
with Baker.
QB, I do. But McMillan would be a good pick. Let Godwin come back slowly because he's developed with him being out. So they have good receivers. Evans will do it. Evans definitely still got juice in the tank. Bucky Irvin, he gonna be good next year too. So the Bucks still might win a division, man. You know what I mean? Mess around. So
Again,
They need a better secondary.
they do need a better secondary. I agree on that. You don't have Baker being in all these shootouts. Be good. But that investment of just 3 years, $100 million for Baker, that's nothing.
I don't know. The defense played well this game.
Yeah,
I mean,
but they let up too many
Commanders
big
were
plays.
8-15 on third down, bro.
But listen,
I mean,
those
I
two.
feel you.
8 for 13 on 8 for 15
Bro,
on
the
third down.
defense let motherfucking Kirko have 9 touchdowns in 2 games.
That was during
bro.
the regular season.
I'm just saying though, bro.
Right,
Like
that's all. That was Kirk's best games of the year.
that's my point. Bro.
That's it. Like that's all you can cook on. Like
That's what I'm saying.
That
But-
should tell you something.
right. That's what I'm
That
yeah.
that might tell you something.
you always say division games is the toughest ones. So,
But for Washington, though, yeah, they be good going on. They might need down the line. They definitely another receiver. Terry gonna be 30 in September. Quiet as told.
Wow. He's
Yeah.
been rotting for that long there.
Yeah, and it's a shame because he spent all his years with all these bad QBs.
I mean, he had Kirk.
Bro,
He
that
had
is
Kirk
so
for a couple
depressing.
years.
Yeah,
No, I don't think he had Kirk.
Nah, he
did
had
he?
Kirk. Nah, he
He
had
had
Kirk. Kirk was
Kirk.
going
Yeah,
already.
that is depressing as shit.
Yeah, so he gonna be 30 in September when season starts. So he need like another young receiver. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. Cause Terry,
Damn.
yeah, and he never had a 1,200 yard
Shit,
season,
balling,
and that's
yo.
probably because the quarterback that he had, obviously.
Just
But-
remember where he came from.
I
He's
know
balling.
he
Remember
he
where he
is,
came
but
from.
yeah. Oh, you from Ohio State too?
You know he did.
Oh,
You
I
know
mean,
he came from Ohio State.
I know he never
wide
had
receiver-
he never had
wide
1,100
receiver
yards. Since
Relax,
you know,
Mike. Relax,
I'm just
Mike.
saying. But
He had
anyway,
1,100 yards last season. What are you talking about?
did he?
He had. I'm sorry. He had it in
Stat
2020.
man, yeah, that's
and
him.
22. He had 1,100 in
Yeah.
2020 and in 22.
What is
Yeah,
that?
let me
He's gonna be a
do.
He always had 1,200.
Who was the QB?
Yeah, Jeff,
Who was
let
the
me
QB?
do it, though.
Oh, Heineke, I think. What's that nigga name? Heineke.
Yeah,
What's his name?
I don't care.
Heineken.
Fitzpatrick, Heineke, all of them.
It was
Point is,
Heineken.
he might be an old receiver in receiver years, 30 years old. They need another receiver at this point. But Jade is good, man. Think about these rookies, man. I don't know if it's because of the transfer window and they trade
know.
schools, but Jade 24 years old. You know what I mean? Like
That's what
these
it-
rookies. Yeah, go ahead.
That's what it is. No, but you said it. That's what it is. Because I was talking to somebody about this earlier today. Jaden Daniels played 4 years of college football. Bo
Yeah.
Nix played 5 years of college football.
Yeah. The
So
eligibility.
It's
Yeah.
different. Like,
They having 55 starts before they get to the NFL, so they coming in mad poised.
and
already.
no
The
matter
NFL know what they doing.
college,
They need to
college,
get better quarterbacks.
college or NFL, cover 2 is cover 2, cover 3 is cover 3, cover 4 is cover
Yeah.
4. So
It's just faster.
it's faster.
Once they get to match up to the speed.
So,
But not only that, just your maturity wise. The nigga been he might be
Yeah.
25 this year. Like he been
Right,
paying,
right,
you
right.
know, a
Yeah.
grown man. He been voting,
Oh.
drinking, paying bills.
and also,
So they had to give him
this
jobs.
nigga. But also, I would say, like, nowadays, the development of the young QB starts from
Yeah,
middle school now.
middle school. All the
No,
way
I mean,
up,
these middle school kids and these high school kids
Not it.
And
know how
receivers,
to
too.
dissect, you know,
Listen,
all these defenses. Then you go to college, like, the development starts a lot earlier than it did back when we probably all played or whatever.
The skill
Like, it's-
positions, yeah. Like
The skill, it is, Jeff.
like the
I'm telling you,
7-on-7
Jeff.
leagues,
the
like these little
league
these
leagues.
little
knew that
kids,
they had
these-
a problem bringing quality quarterbacks from college to football to pro football. So they
Bro.
knew they had to make them stay in college longer. Because look how many one and dones was coming out, dudding it up.
No, nobody
Hey,
ever did one and done.
yeah,
Nobody
Kevin
I mean,
ever
COVID,
did one
yeah,
and
you know,
done.
really.
one good year and done. Like,
But listen,
but-
they didn't make the college rules. The college now they have like mad eligibility years, and they can transfer.
who
It's
you
all
think
different
they
now.
in connection with, bro? Like, what's
But
wrong
even
with
that,
you?
but even with you saying that though, like, bro, you'll like, bro. I mean, I can only speak for myself, but like in middle school, like nobody was watching film in no middle school.
It is
These-
different. Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
These
they come
kids
out
are
smart.
watching film in middle school.
Yeah,
Dang.
Like, yeah, bro. Nobody was doing that shit when we were
y'all
in
ain't
middle
have
school.
film
When y'all was
day
in middle school. In middle school, fuck no, not for no football.
Not in
nigga,
the
you
school,
playing for
but
your-
like in the like in the
Around
community.
around here, you didn't play for your middle school. You played for the township.
That's what
So
I'm
you
talking
wasn't
about. Like,
so right. You wasn't getting no. You wasn't doing no film. You
Winslow
was going to
Mullins
practice.
was definitely not watching film.
Yeah, hell no.
okay.
Yeah.
my whole point was when you look at Knicks and you look at him, they're old, so they're real mature. So yes, they are considered quote unquote rookies, but and before they'd be about a 3-4 year veteran by now in old NFL. So I think it's like that's why he's so poised, that's why he's so good. And Jeff, I don't agree with you. So to my point, man, no, I don't think we'll catch up with him next year. I think Jay is just that good, man. I think he's poised, smart. He's gonna know when to run, know when not to run. He's clutch
Yeah.
hell. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. When they got that ball at the end of the game, I knew they wouldn't get the ball back to Bucks because the dude is clutch and he makes.
Bro,
I was about to say,
Bro.
and he's actually a pocket.
He really is just fast.
He's actually a pocket passer. Just has a bit right. He has
listen, man.
Lamar Jackson ability, like type shit.
Listen. Like I told y'all, one read. If that first read isn't there, like he's doing something different. Listen, he can pass.
Jeff. I don't know what you're looking at, bro.
I mean, we agreed to it. Like we
That
we
nigga,
agreed
that
to in
nigga
the
be,
chat.
that nigga be, he be checking his shit, bro. He quick. He quick. He be. You might not. You got to see it from the snap that he get that, from the time that he get that ball and where his head go. It's He's fast,
I
and if
think
he's
they'll
not,
catch up
and if
to him
it's
next
not
year,
there,
man.
he knows how to create.
Kyler
He
was
knows
nasty
how to-
too.
Nah, Kyler wasn't that, bro. Kyler was not.
Kyler was nasty too, bro.
Kyler didn't do nothing that he did his rookie year.
yeah, and Kyler's
Kyler-
small. Jay's
Like,
6'4",
these
bro.
college-
Kyler Murray is still nice though. Like, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Like, Kyler
Yeah.
Murray is nice, but like, yeah.
I'll tell you. But anyway, the Bucks. It could have went either way. Happy for the Commanders, but they're probably going home next round. And speaking of that, let's talk about the last game of the weekend before we get to that.
Oh yeah.
Vikings, who were the 14-2 seed. The Georgia just cried. Should have got a home game. However, they got cooked by the Rams in their first game, which wasn't on a neutral field, by the way. And they got cooked with Sammy D. So, Paul, Daryl, what you got, man?
Yeah, this was the pretty much the only upset of the weekend, really. I know that early on Sam Darnold's numbers didn't look good, but he looked out of place. Like he didn't look ready for the moment. I'm not sure if this was his first playoff game, but he was definitely looking for his first playoff win.
Oh, for
And
sure.
He was just shaky. Like Rams defense quietly, because they played pretty good. That's kind of the reason why they won their division, really. They put the pressure on Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
He was just shaky, like just holding on to the ball, inaccurate throws, not seeing the open guy. Like it really just came crashing down. This was unfortunate because like all year, build. I mean, even like because I had him as a fantasy and started him during the stretch where he was just turning the ball over week after week. But to be throughout the majority of that year, just building up himself, building back up his value really. And then this game coming in to play like he did, just definitely disappointed from him. And especially with the weapons that he has on that side of the ball,
Daryl,
and
don't give
also
Jeff no ammunition. Take that shit back.
what
What you
what I
said
say?
about Darnold in the fantasy. Don't give him no ammunition.
Yeah, I ain't worried
I
about that.
don't care.
We know
Nigga, I
Derek.
see you. I see you. I see you. As soon as he said it,
No,
I,
no, I ain't
I
worried
see him
about
too.
that.
I don't care, but
I ain't worried about
um,
that.
but even I feel like the Vikings defense they was trying to keep him in the game. I feel like they had like 2 touchdowns called back early on that could have at least kept them in the game while Sam was struggling. But just in reality, I mean Matthew Stafford just did what a vet is supposed to do. When you see the other side of a quarterback struggling, took care of business with his weapons, Kyron and Puka.
Stafford.
Well, it's just confusing how they just McVay has written out Cooper Cup from this offensive game plan. Like throughout the once well, I've been watching this offense. Like once Puka came back, it's been a lot of quick and short throws. The play is designed just as soon as Stafford gets the ball, snaps the ball, throw it to Puka to the point where Cooper Cup becomes a blocker for Puka. I'm not sure what played into that decision. Again, I was watching Cooper Cup. I didn't see anything as far as him getting any trouble getting open. Stafford just wasn't looking at him or throwing at the ball. Like the one target he had was a bad throw, but he made the catch. So I'm not sure what happened there, but going forward, it might work out better for them because they can get rid of Cooper Kupp's contract. They still got Kyron and Puka on rookie deals, so they can maybe build around that. Still, they got younger on defense. Jared Verse, one of the best rookies defensively. So they got some they got out of that phase where they said F them picks, we're gonna play with these vets and ride it out that way. They kind of now in a position where they back into the leaning on the youth and got some picks to work with. And kind of and got another playoff win for that trio or whatever that duo with McVay and Stafford. So just another playoff win for them. And set themselves up for the move on to next week. But they took care of
Yep.
business. It's disappointing, especially from Stafford. I feel like he let the team down. I feel like once the team saw how he was playing, it's really hard for them to keep up the fight, especially on the defensive side. So, yeah, good job, better Rams.
Jordan, what's your thoughts, man? Go to you next.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all kind of expected to an extent, for this to happen. I think deep down, I think we all probably figured the lights would be too bright for Darnold. Never been in that scenario, never been in that situation, and you're going up against already a Super Bowl winning QB, and a Super Bowl winning head coach. So the odds were somewhat stacked against them, even though they had the better record. And it was a little bit of a revenge game, because the Vikings did beat them earlier in the season. And the Rams have been hot. Like the Rams have been playing extremely well coming into the end of the year. Their rookies on defense have stepped up tremendously. And their defense has been underrated over the last, maybe back half of the season. Now they ain't finna do all that shit against the Eagles, but
we'll see.
Nonetheless, Matt Stafford, don't disrespect that man. You know what I'm saying? You guys know how I feel about Stafford. You know what I mean? So, I'm not shocked that the Rams won. You know what I mean? Because, this Vikings team kind of just reminds you of the team that was a couple years ago that was like 13-3 or whatever, and they won all those close games and they failed. They lost to the Giants in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And it's damn near the same team. I mean, I don't know, like except for the running back, damn near the same team.
And the QB.
Yeah, and the QB. So
well, I'm gonna ask you guys after this. But Jeff, what's your thoughts on that game, bro?
I think the Vikings lost this game more than the Rams won this game. I mean,
Really?
the Rams offense was real normal. Stafford only had 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nobody had over 60 yards receiving. Kyron Williams ran the ball about 14 times. He didn't have 100 yards. Sam Darnold just showed us the last 2 weeks that he's fucking Sam Darnold. Like, let's stop playing with this motherfucker. Like, he's trash, bro. Like in the big To win the division, you shrink, and in the playoff game, you shrink. Like, yo, you bunions, bro. He been buns. Like,
Yeah, so you
yo,
want Sam Darnold?
no, I don't. I would never advise for the Los Angeles Raiders to ever even take Sam Darnold any kind of seriously. Like, listen, man, the Rams was 2 for 10 on third down, bro. Like, come on, bro. They got off the field a lot. They had 2 turnovers.
That's okay.
And they had 5 punts. Like, come on,
That's
bro.
okay.
The
That's
Rams
okay.
were really giving the Vikings the chance to win the game, and the Vikings, Sam Darnold was just ass, and he been ass. The last 2 weeks he was overthrowing Justin Jefferson hella crazy. Even one of the catches that Addison had on the sideline, he had to like back turn and tiptoe like the kind of toe drag. It was a high ass throw on a flanker outside. Like, cut it out. Sam Darnold been ass, bro. They didn't run the ball enough. They put the game in Sam Darnold's hands, and he's literally what he is. He's a backup quarterback. Like, let's not think that somebody should even consider giving him a full-time gig. 1 year of doing this, and you shrink even in the biggest moment.
So 2 games, and this man don't deserve a starting QB
He
job?
show who he really is, bro. That's who he is.
This is his first time even being in a winning situation, having a good season.
You know what? Even good quarterbacks, if they lose in a really intense moment or a game that matters much, the next week they kind of bounce back. He didn't do that. He played ass again against the Rams. He played ass against the motherfucking Detroit Lions, 9 for 20. He was trash. This is Sam Darnold, bro. Like, stop acting like what we ain't seen the last couple years ain't showing us who he really is. Like, he's no leader of a good team. He's Sam fucking Darnold. Like, let's stop playing.
Nah,
like,
I was gonna say
he's Sam Darnold, bro.
Nah, I'm not even gonna cap to you. At one point, I was like, put Daniel Jones in the fucking game.
Yo, bro. And it's even worse at Daniel Jones. They have a terrible quarterback room in Minnesota right now.
Look,
I won't say that.
I was gonna say he got a playoff win. I said,
Daniel Jones?
He do.
Yeah, I said, put this motherfucker in the game.
He's trash.
I mean, he's trash too, though.
They have a terrible quarterback room
had
in
a better
Minnesota.
shot with Daniel Jones. I ain't gonna lie.
Listen, Sam Darnold was trash, bro. He was trash this game. The Rams didn't need to do much. They got some turnovers, they got some touchdowns and some field. Like, bro, 17 points is what? What is that? 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns in the field goal.
27 points is what? How'd they get 27? I mean, come on, man. Like, I think it was some field goals and some touchdowns, but the Minnesota Vikings are butt. The defense played okay. I mean, again, like I said, you got some turnovers. You may force them to punt, but Sam Darnold was just ass, and the Rams are going. Like,
they got 27 because of the fumble for a touchdown, strip sack.
Yeah.
Recover for a touchdown.
Right.
By the rookie verse, and
some of those calls were weird. The whole game was weird in the beginning. It was like suspicious kind of calls. I was like, why did they call that? Why did they call that? Like, what's wrong with them? Like,
oh, man, Jeff, I think you sleep on the Rams a little bit. I think the Rams played their game, man. The Rams are playing good for weeks right now. The defense haven't good of a touchdown or more than one in like 5 or 6 weeks, bro.
They ain't doing that shit against the Eagles.
Man, let's talk about this game, bro. The offensive play calling is, I mean, come on, man. It's McVay. He's good. He's gonna do what he do. The touchdown to Kyron was a sweet play. And I think they switched sides, Daryl. Like, I feel like now the Puka on the right more and Cup on the left. That might be why Puka do get more balls, but also Robinson be open too, down the field. So they got a nice little receiving tandem. And Kyrie gets the ball in the backfield. I'm with Jordan, man. I like what the Rams are doing, and like you said, Puka on a rookie contract, so that's good. But as far as the Vikings, man, Darnold, like, he is who we thought he was. You know what I mean? He reverted back to the same quarterback. It wasn't even a throwing. It was the fact that he be seeing goals, like he said back when he was with the Jets. The nigga had 9 sacks on an okay defensive line. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like they was blitzing a lot. And then his sacks was like the most yards ever for sacks, like 81 yards he lost in sacks. That's crazy, bro. Like, the nigga was backing up and just kept backing up. They getting sacked. And they kept losing the ball. Like, that is 81 yards in sack yardage, bro. That's like a whole field. Like, that's crazy. I just think that Darnold, he's not ready for the big moment. Seems like he get nervous, and then when shit start going bad, it goes real bad for him.
But he deserves a chance to be a starting
Where
quarterback.
though? That's my next question. In Minnesota, would you keep him? Would you start JJ?
Hell no.
I mean, I might.
I
give
go
him
with the
one.
rookie.
You go with the rookie, man. That's why you bought the rookie in.
You gotta see what they have.
Yeah.
Listen, man. The
If it's
Rams
gonna
ain't
cost
that
me
dangerous,
100
bro.
If
The Rams
it's
only
gonna
have
cost me $100 million, if it's
You
only
paying
gonna cost me,
Stafford? You paying Darnold?
if it's only gonna cost, I mean, in 3 years, $100 million, like a Baker deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give him that.
Nah.
No.
I'm not paying to see if you can win me a chip.
bro,
I'd rather
shoot,
or
boy.
not a chip.
33
I'm not paying you to see if
Bro.
I can win a playoffs game. I'd rather go with the rookie to see if I can.
Yeah, I might as
go
well
further.
change the franchise. Go with the rookie. Fuck it. Yo,
yeah.
Hold on. And listen. The last 3 games the Rams played with the starters, they only scored 44 points. They had one game with 12, one game with 13, one
I
game with
know.
19.
The defense haven't playing
They
great.
not that great offensively. They looking kind of.
I forgot the Rams beat the Bills this year, and
Yeah,
the Bills had to
that was
score.
the last
They had to
game they
score.
played. 44 banger, and then they won 13. They scored 13 the next game, 19 the next game, and then 12 the next game.
But they won. Why the defense have been coming up? Like Jordan kind of said, man, defense
Okay.
been playing well. And also the defense, like Jordan said, it's a bunch of rookies on that defense. They are starting to come around, but this year ain't gonna be it. Obviously, we'll get to that later on. But that defense, because they're rookies on the defensive side of the ball, they'll make that much money. Bro, they're gonna get, and they're already good. They'll get better and better next year. Rams got a good future ahead of them.
Yeah,
then
their
Puka's on
GM deserves a whole bunch of
Yeah,
credit.
on a rookie contract too. But back to the Vikings. Yeah, man, listen, you already done paid Jefferson. You got a rookie contract with JJ. I'm not paying Darnold. I'm getting more pieces for JJ. Like you said, Jordan, we won 13 games with Kirko a couple years ago. Now we got 14 with Darnold. We going with JJ too. Why not? So might as well.
If he won this game, I would have paid him.
I mean, I'm a big believer of like
Roger Darryl.
Just like I get it. Like at the end of the day, you have to be able to win a playoff game. You have to be able to, you know what I mean? So I get why you would say I'm not giving him the money after the last 2 performances, especially like they were pressure situations.
Yeah.
But I'm just a firm believer in like just knowing what you have. You know what I mean? Like we saw the tape, you know, aside from the last two games, like Sam Darnold had a great year. And
he was leading the league in turnovers at one point.
I'm
giving him 1 year, $10 million. If he stays, he stays. If not,
like, because my thing is like
I'm with Mike.
I know what I mean, and that's cool too. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's cool too. But it's like I'm a person to where like, okay, I would give you a 1 year deal. Shit. I mean, you say 10, like I would even say like, listen, I'll give you a 1 year, $25 million deal. Because if you're gonna get a contract, somebody's gonna try to pay you 45. You're gonna want $45 million.
I think he made 10 this year for one, so I'm gonna give him a little raise because he's had a good year.
Yeah,
So I'll give him like 20.
So I'll give him 20, 25. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then
I know people taking 10.
But you're on a short leash. You're on a short leash.
Yeah, for sure. Because JJ gonna be healthy.
No, because I know what I have, and if you don't continue to perform that way, then fine, we put the rookie in. But like, let's not. I don't like how people will sit there. How you can sit there and say, "Oh, well, he would have did the same thing." Well, no, we don't, because he don't got no fucking tape. JJ don't got no fucking tape, so we don't know what he would have did. And all the shit about, oh, he looked great. Okay, well, this training camp ain't real bullets. It ain't week 1. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a firm believer in he got you through the season. He had a great year. Give him another chance. And if he doesn't, you know, you're on a short leash. JJ, you've been sitting in the same spot all year. You can do it 1 more fucking year. Sit down.
No, Sam Darnold's got double-digit interceptions in every single season he's played over 5 games.
I'm just not giving him the 3 years, but I would give him the 1 year as like another proven deal and maybe to see like a bridge almost to JJ. But I'm not giving him a 3 year deal. Like my cat when I got a rookie quarterback, I use that money for something else. That's all I'm saying. But
Falcons did it. They about to get away from it. So
what happened?
Yeah. Would you trade him? Would you try to trade?
Darnold?
Yeah, I would try to trade him. If somebody
if I can find somebody dumb, I'm dumb. But if I get a piece of him, might be the Raiders, Jeff. Don't say that too loud.
Don't do that. Don't play. He'll be in Pittsburgh next season. I promise. Say, look at he got to the playoffs. That's right where Mike Tomlin go. Like,
But yeah, I would consider trading him because again, I drafted JJ top 10, bro. Don't forget about that. I drafted for a reason. You know what I mean? And I came into the year thinking, okay, I got Jettis, I got a team. I'm going with JJ. Darnold played well, great, but I still got the same plan I already had. So
Falcons literally in the same position or situation, really, and they made the choice. But that's because Kirk Cousins helped them out, and made that decision.
Right, but
So,
Penix, right, but they waited so long. I mean, Penix was available to play. JJ, you know, well, I mean, I get it. I get your
Right,
I
right.
just
That's
don't.
the difference.
I just don't
Jordan's
like.
right.
Yeah, he was available to play.
Yeah,
But I
you're
also don't. But I also don't like how people will sit there and say, "Well, JJ McCarthy would have did the same shit." We don't know that.
we all know that, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we
We don't know that. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's for they had a great season. You know,
Kevin
But
O'Connell does well with quarterbacks. I think JJ.
he's a good
Absolutely.
coach. Great coach.
he is great. Kevin O'Connell is really
Great.
he. You know what? He's smart. Good coach, great with quarterbacks. So, but I don't know if it's like. Well, we'll talk about that later on. But moving forward, we got this weekend coming up. Saturday games. KC is finally back after 25 days of being off, and they got those same old Houston, Texas, man. So, Daryl, what you got, man?
Chiefs. I feel like we're gonna see the results of Mahomes being in hibernation. He's gonna come out guns blazing, trying to get this 3-peat, and then they'll take care of business against the Texans.
Jeff?
I got the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs gonna come out and run the ball first. Really, then they're gonna run it on the Texans and they're gonna eat, and then Pat's gonna seal the deal. Close game though, not a blowout. Like maybe Chiefs 24, Texans 14.
I see Chiefs being in control all game, but not a blowout.
Yeah, I know, but it's gonna be like a turnover at the end. That's gonna be like.
Well, then again, Jeff, the spread is an 8.5. They got the Chiefs, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's about 24.
That's interesting
Because Chiefs get started hot and then they slow down.
Yeah, Jordan, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, until I can see somebody beat them, Chiefs.
Okay, and I'm going the same way. I think all the time off with Andy Reid going to prove well. The last, I think, 2 games, you're going to have Chris Jones in there, and he's going to be healthy now. It's only a calf. He's been off for 35 days now, so I'm sure he's fine. Mahomes' ankle got to be healthy now. So, yeah, I'm pretty much going with the Chiefs. Anything they had wrong with them, they had a month to heal it up with no football.
That's nasty work.
That's crazy, bro. So I'm just saying.
They're getting out the mud last year. Now they chilling this year.
They chilling this year. Next one, we got to start with you, Jeff. Lions Commanders.
Next, Lions, man. I got the Lions. I got Ben Johnson just being too good for that Commanders defense. And I think that Jalen Daniels is gonna come back down to earth. He was down to earth last game. Shit, he barely won. So I don't think he's gonna beat the NFC's #1 team all season long after having that time off.
Jordan.
Lions.
Daryl.
I got Lions, especially with Montgomery coming back. Yeah.
I think that's a mistake.
That spread 9.5. I think it's gonna be closer than what the people think it is. I don't know why it's 9.5.
I do too.
I don't.
Crazy.
Wouldn't be surprised I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the Commanders win. But
nah.
I'm gonna pick the Lions.
Lions 14 points.
14 points, you said?
14.
I think
Not much shit they had to work on in the last couple of weeks.
Disrespectful, bro. Man, defense still
14 points. Shit, I gave y'all 9 and y'all gave up 14. Like,
nigga, we talking about the Lions now. Anyway, next game, 3:00, man. We got the Eagles and the Rams. Jordan, I'm gonna ask you, Jeff, what you got? Eagles, Rams, man.
Yeah, I got the Eagles again. I mean, win again. Like I just don't see the Rams being. The Rams ain't the Vikings. This is gonna be a different ball game.
All right. Wait. Never mind. Daryl.
I got you. I feel like the better team is just going to win. And I do feel like if the offense is struggling at some points, like they did this past week, they could find themselves in trouble. But I got the Eagles.
Man, them boys gonna come out there at 3:00.
Vikings,
it's gonna be too cold. They ain't gonna want no smoke.
Smoke the Vikings.
Your boy gonna pull up if he see her struggling.
No, he gonna pull up all right in the Bentley.
Yeah, he gonna be too cook. He gonna be too cold. He gonna be too cold out there. He be better.
Not for the dog. I don't care about that weather.
Cook the Vikings. Cooking them.
He gonna be hurting. He gonna be getting cracked.
Yeah. You think he's seeing ghosts now? He gonna be seeing ghosts at the end. Like Stafford is gonna be. It's too cold out there, man. They barely beat the Jets. What?
And Stafford played Detroit for whatever mind. It was outside.
Yeah, it's the dome. Yeah,
it's the dome. But Stafford actually didn't play bad the first time they played the Eagles. Saquon ran over him, and Puka and Cup actually was cooking them in that game. However, I'm going with the Eagles. They'll run the ball again. They just bigger, stronger up front. I mean, it's not even a scheme thing, and they're gonna run the ball. I don't think it's gonna be a passing game. I think Saquon had a mediocre game. Let's not mediocre, but for him, not his best. He wasn't getting like
is under him.
But he wasn't getting like crazy yards.
It just
per
wasn't.
carry.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like the long 80-yard runs or.
Yeah,
I
even like 6
don't
turns,
know
bro.
game, man.
Nah, this game he gonna have. Big
but the
jumps.
Rams not ready, man.
Yeah, he gonna have at least a buck 35, buck 50 or more in this game. I feel like, and honestly, the Vikings when they did run the ball, they were getting some yards, bro. You know what I mean on the Rams. It's just that
They went away from it too early.
They did, but the Eagles will die. I still don't feel like Hurts is gonna get off over 200 yards, but I do feel like they'll do that. But
He gonna need to one of these fucking games.
He gonna get 165 this game and 2 touchdowns.
But the Rams gonna score points, like I said, bro. I don't know what did you see when you watched the last game. The Rams
did. They wasn't cooking like that.
What?
They only had 1 catch for 29 yards, and Puka only had like 40 something.
What Eagles? No, Eagles. I'm talking about Eagles, bro. Eagles, Rams. Somebody.
No, you saying Eagles and Rams? I'm just saying the Rams ain't gonna do shit.
Why? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't see how you think the Rams gonna do anything, Mike.
They just did it against the Eagles. That was only what 6 weeks ago.
That's a long fucking time, nigga. The Ravens changed their defense from bottom to top 10.
But what they gotta do?
My nigga, like,
what they gotta do with Eagles defense to get better?
But what I'm saying is the Eagles definitely are getting more seasoned, bro. They not out here playing with niggas, bro. You think Jordan Love on 3 interceptions because niggas ain't in place? Like niggas in place, bro.
I think the Eagles playing better defense then than they are now. To be quite honest with you.
But it's the game Saquon almost at 300.
Yeah, That's why I said the running game. That's why I said the running game.
Yeah, 255. Yeah, 255. I actually think they're gonna sell out. I think Jalen gonna have a good game.
I think the Rams gonna be too cold getting off that fucking plane in Philly.
Yeah, it's gonna be too cold.
That bruise across the middle, nigga, that shit's over.
And that hit,
Where the last game was that? Philly or LA?
LA.
Oh yeah.
Okay, all
right.
Like, all right, well, okay, we'll see. But either way, I don't know. What's the spread of 6.5 in that game? I think. But
get that 14 too.
Eagles gonna win. Last but not least, the game of the weekend, game of the year, maybe. Bills Ravens. Now this game, I don't know if y'all gonna pick the same thing, but let's go. Daryl, who you got?
Bills. Fuck the Ravens. All that shit last week was cute, but that shit coming in. Josh Allen. They can
Jeff.
Jeff, go ahead, Jeff. You got the Bills, right?
Yeah, I got the Bills. I mean, I just think that all the Bills gotta do is sell out on the run and make Lamar throw it.
Jordan.
Yeah, I'm actually going Bills as well.
What? It's crazy. All right, well, I'm the lone wolf. I'm going with the Ravens.
It's a revenge game.
It is. They got smacked game.
They killed them earlier in the season.
Bro, they can't stop the offense, bro.
Their ass.
I'm telling you, bro.
And if I'm not mistaken,
that's the whole point.
Buffalo, right?
Ravens beat them 35-10.
It's in Buffalo.
But they was missing 2 defensive players on the Bills. Linebacker Milano, he was the key. He like the leading tackler. He was missing, and then a cornerback was missing.
And I bet you they don't
lock that shit up, bro.
Game plan like the fucking Steelers did.
And you got to come to Buffalo.
I bet you that game plan don't look nothing like what the Steelers did. Nothing. They
gonna smack these bros, bro.
9 in the box, man up, throw that shit,
later,
motherfucker.
Yeah. They're gonna beat the ball over a touchdown. The Ravens gonna beat the ball over a touchdown.
I got the Bills by 17. Smoker. I got the Bills by 17, bro. Yo, Josh Allen 5 touchdowns. He go cook, bro. Bills by 17.
Yo, listen, whoever watching the show, don't bet with Jeff. I'm telling you right now.
17. Come next week, they're gonna be like, yo, I'm putting Guru down there. Trust me.
What do they say? This does not reflect.
Right, it's not reflecting.
Yo, Bills by 17 over the Ravens, man.
That is Jeff. That is Jeffrey. That is Jeffrey.
17.
Yo, the crazy part is when y'all see it, the Bills is going to smashed.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
bro.
I just don't know how you stop the
wouldn't be
Ravens
mad at it.
offense, bro. I haven't seen it yet, really. That
They just gonna load that bitch up. Like you gotta have tacklers that can tackle in the cold, that don't mind tackling big dudes. Like yo, cats from other teams be running away from Derrick Henry. They be running
Zay
with
coming
him.
back this week?
Huh?
Is Zay coming back this week? Flowers?
They
Nope.
say they say he has a chance to.
Hey, he ain't practiced today.
They say
He
has
ain't
a
got no
to.
chance. It's
Oh, he
Wednesday,
didn't-
bro.
Oh, he didn't practice today?
No,
Well, tomorrow will be. I mean,
Yeah.
bro, it's Wednesday. He ain't practiced yet. They played on Saturday.
I mean, he might not practice at all. And
nah,
they might just
he's
say
not gonna come back.
they might
That's
just
why they
say
gonna
he might
smack
not
him,
practice
yo.
at all.
They
might
they
just say
re-signed
he can
Deontay,
play.
Yeah, they
which
did.
is crazy.
He can't play. He
Yeah.
can't play. He
Oh,
can't
what the
play.
fuck that mean?
He can't play though.
This nigga that kicked
It
off
only
3
helps
teams
him
in
for the
3
next
months.
season.
That
He
nigga ain't
cannot.
doing nothing.
He cannot suit up.
He's
Wait,
not.
wait,
doing
That's
I
crazy.
thought he was
nothing.
the Texans, Deontay Johnson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they cut him on Monday.
waived him.
and he was
They
on the
waived him.
Steelers. Like,
Wait,
yo,
did he catch a pass the other day?
Yeah,
he
bro.
got a
Bro.
pass on Sunday
The
and was
what
cut
I'm
on
Ravens
Monday.
picked
saying?
him back up, but he cannot play.
Yo, that's
Yo, bro.
crazy, bro.
He
Y'all all
Crazy,
over the place.
bro.
He won't
What
play
you
for
think
the
he
rest
gonna
of the
do?
season though, so it's
It
no
don't
point.
matter,
It's only gonna
bro.
help them next year.
Yeah,
I thought they made the move just to get him active because Zay was out.
Nah,
No,
they
it's
get
gonna help
some sort.
next
They
year.
get some sort of like contempt. I don't even know what they called it, but he
Compensatory
cannot.
shit.
Yeah. But he cannot play. He
No,
cannot
that's
play.
crazy.
bro. They got they got Andrews, they got Bateman who'll be doing the thing.
Yo,
I'm not worried about the fast game,
missing
bro.
2 people, missing your starting linebacker, your London Fletcher of the defense, and one of your top tackling cornerbacks. It's gonna make your offense look different, man. Them niggas is back, and the Bills, I'm telling you, they can already bottle this shit up. Like,
All right, let's see. That's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
be
picking
the
the Bills for sure.
That's what it's the game of the week. It's only a 1-point spread.
17
It's
points
basically a pick 'em.
wicked.
Yeah.
uh-huh. All right.
Yeah, 17 is
17 is
I wouldn't be mad at it.
diabolical.
Don't be shocked. I'm telling
Daryl,
you.
you just hate him so much. You don't care what.
I would be shocked.
You
I
secretly,
would be shocked
man,
if
I
they
ain't
lose
gonna
Nah,
by
nah.
17.
I ain't gonna
He
speak.
used to be yeah,
I'm a
Daryl.
football analyst, Daryl.
Yeah, Daryl. He used to be a Ravens fan.
I'm a
Don't let the
football
media forget that.
analyst. Daryl, you pick it with your heart. Be honest, Daryl. You pick it with your heart. Not what you
Yeah, I'm trying to see the Ravens move on from
Okay,
after
okay.
the
All
start
right.
from
But
last
I
week. I don't
can't
know.
be, but I can't be emotional at times. What
Yo,
the
Mike is a Ravens.
but I can't be emotional at times.
Daryl, keep it real. He said, "Fuck the Ravens." I got you.
Yeah, for sure. I was so not
Not
happy
gonna
for
whoop
the
our ass and
Steelers.
just
Like the
keep
Steelers blew my shit.
keep your journey going out though.
Like, I don't think
Gotta
I
hear.
understand how much the Steelers blew my shit. And I'm not even a fan, and they blew my shit.
You must have not watched in the last month. 'Cause
Listen,
Well,
let me
y'all
end the
saw
show,
us the last
man.
month. I seen it.
What y'all think the Dion should do, man? Should he go to the Cowboys? What y'all think about that?
I think it's stay
Man,
right where you at.
I know
Keep
what you
building
said,
what he's
Daryl.
building.
What?
Like, nah. It's a dead end if he goes there.
personally, me being the Eagles fan that I am, no.
Yeah, no.
But aside from that, I would love to see Deion Sanders as the Dallas Cowboys head coach.
I think either way y'all screwed because either Dion going or Kellen Moore going there. So either way, the Eagles going.
I don't know.
Kellen Moore
like,
going back there?
Yeah,
Hell
no,
no,
they're
not
not
going back.
It's weird.
He
why
would
he
have to
can't-
win.
After they didn't give him a job
we'd-
first.
We'd have to win
Right,
the Super
right,
Bowl
right.
for him to go back.
Right.
We
Had
had
a
a
chance to
Super
hire
Bowl
him.
for
is
him
not
to
Chose
go back.
McCarthy over.
He's obviously not shown us he's been the answer because 2 top 10 offense flame out in the playoffs. Just
Well,
not really.
That's true. That's true.
He's not it to me. That's why he can't get the head coaching job. He had the Dallas job. They won 12 games. He flamed out in the playoffs. Kellen Moore this year flamed out in the playoffs.
But see, the one thing, Mike, is, and Dion's made it clear, he's not gonna go if he can't coach his sons.
I know.
So if he were to go to Dallas, is Jerry willing to trade Dak, for the first pick or for the second pick to draft Shador?
Yeah,
Because that's really what it's gonna boil down to.
yeah.
The
yeah.
bottom line, that's what it's
Yeah.
gonna boil down to.
I think
And
he
if
definitely
I'm-
will.
Yeah, that's
Why,
what it's
why
gonna
wouldn't he?
boil
He don't
down
like
to.
Dak like that. He never paid a nigga on time.
I mean,
Tennessee fast as hell. Dak
but
be
the
wearing a
thing
cowboy hood, cowboy boots down there.
But the
Make that
thing
money.
is, does like, if I'm Cleveland, no, I'm not doing that. I don't want Dak Prescott. If I'm Tennessee, no, I don't want Dak Prescott.
If I'm
not
Tennessee, I
giving-
do.
I'm not giving
That's an
up the
upgrade,
first
really.
overall pick for Dak Prescott.
What you
Oh,
get
hell
picks
no.
back too,
Definitely.
though. You don't get
Listen,
stacked.
though,
Hell no.
That's what I'm saying. But
that
that's what you
division
have
is
to
up for
do.
grabs, bro.
That's what you would have to do. I mean, Shador's
hell
going
no, I
to be
ain't doing
top
that.
5. You have to be willing to give up a top 5 pick. You have to be damn near a contender. Like, and you're a quarterback away. You had a shitty year. You're a quarterback away. And you
Multiple
get
look
first
Dak
rounds
like
Prescott.
for that, probably.
Those teams in the top 5 are not more than just a quarterback away.
who
So-
the Texans are not a quarterback away.
Huh?
The Texans not a quarterback away.
Titans,
What
you
you,
mean.
you mean
Titans,
the Titans?
I mean,
I
The
don't
Patriots are
think
really
so.
the only team that I see
No,
really
I
moving
think
out.
no. I think they need more than a quarterback. I mean, look at the top 5. Cleveland might
Patriots,
be out
I
of the
see the
top
Patriots
5.
moving out.
Cleveland might be the only team that's a quarterback away from being competitive. Out of the top 5.
I don't know because I don't trust Judy. And
I want to see it, man. Just because the show to be out there with Dion there, but
nah,
Yeah, it'd be cool.
that's a shit
It'd be
show.
cool.
Wouldn't
It'd be
happen.
really
Yeah.
cool.
Dion got
No,
a
it'd
show
just be
on,
really
on
cool,
Tubi.
though.
They said like, I don't-
Yes. Oh my god.
do.
Oh my god.
you watched
So
it?
frustrating.
no,
I saw clips.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
like so. I don't think he goes to Dallas. I don't think it works. He said intriguing. He's not. First of all, I don't think the NCAA is gonna let him out the door. He's a cash cow.
You got a buyout, 9.8 million, something like that.
I mean,
he's got that. In the
Yeah. Word. But I mean, also at the
Me-
same time, it's like, do you leave Colorado and lose control of what you've built and what like you're doing? You know what I'm saying? Like that's
gonna make
hard
more
to
money than
do.
him.
To me, his coaching style just doesn't work in NFL. Like he coaches like with a father figure type of role. Like that's niggas in the league with
But-
kids and
Yeah,
whole families
but
ain't trying to hear that.
but he would garner the ultimate respect.
Woody.
He would garner the ultimate respect.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have a choice but to fall in line because this is Deion Sanders.
especially in
And
Dallas.
if you disrespect, like so you can't
Yeah, he's from
disrespect
God.
him because
Yeah.
you'll be gone.
What?
You'll-
That nigga own the
you'll
whole
be-
city and shit. in
Yeah,
Dallas,
yeah,
bro.
you'll be gone.
I'm telling
So
you, bro.
he'll garner all the respect in the world.
They still wear his jersey now. Like
They're
to the
still
game.
young.
Like,
And look, Cowboys are young. Aside from a couple players on the offensive line, CD's young. You know what I'm saying? Rico Dottle's young. Ferguson might be a little old, but
all right, so if not Dion, who you trying to go get? You the Cowboy? Can they fire Mike?
I don't
They
get
fire
two
Mike.
shits.
I know you don't care.
Yeah.
Who the rest of you?
I mean, like everybody else, I go for Ben Johnson.
Oh,
You know,
I know wrong with Ben Johnson.
that's what you go
Or
for.
maybe Mike Tomlin,
Torres, well,
if he becomes available.
Who?
If he becomes available.
Mike Tomlin?
If he becomes available.
Yeah, that's possible too. That's a
I was
good
like
fit.
Flores.
Flores, yeah, he might be all
No.
right.
No,
He
you-
might
know,
be cooked as a head
that
coach
Tomlin.
moving
That's a
forward.
good. That's a
That's
clutch.
that
one
Tua
right there.
shit, right? He might be right, Jordan.
Yeah, Tomlin's clutch. Yeah,
Yeah, I think Tomlin will be great for the Cowboys.
he would. That's already starting quarterback.
They
If
trade
they
a
get to the
CD.
playoffs, that's
We
it.
trade him Tomlin.
That's what happened.
What happened, Daryl?
They trade a CD. We trade him Tomlin.
You already got one diva. You don't need two.
Anyway,
I
man,
take CD. He produced. So
he does a
No.
lot.
Yeah, bitch.
But that's our show, man. Playoff
GP
edition.
had a better quarterback. He produced too. Shit.
Nah, GP a diva, but anyway, that's for our show for Jeff, for Daryl, Jordan. You know, for the special show playoff edition. We'll be back soon to give our thoughts on the opinions of the upcoming games. The Ninja Jeff is gone. Happy everybody enjoyed the show. Got to introduce the new player hater song. Jeff is over here. But we appreciate y'all. Beyond the Trench. We'll be back soon. Thanks.
Deuces.
fellas.
Deuces.
Yeah.